It's a Real Radio. Brand new music's playing just a minute from the lady who is with us tonight on the show. It's Cher Lloyd. How are you?
Hello, I'm very good. Yourself?
It's very nice to meet you. Yeah, very nice. Very good. On a gorgeous day as well, like today.
I know.
How are you enjoying your first kind of radio tour then around the country?
It's hectic.
Yeah?
Yeah, very hectic because you just get took from one place to another and you've never been to half the places. I've been here before because we did the X Factor tour.
Right, yes, I remember.
Yeah, I did that. But we just went to Stoke-on-Trent and that was eventful. Yeah.
All the glamorous locations, obviously.
Yes.
So we're going to play the new single in a minute, which is out, the end of October?
Yes, the 30th of October.
From the upcoming new album, which is out, first week of November?
Yeah, 7th.
Do you have a name for this yet? I read that you didn't have one. Are you allowed to reveal it?
Not reveal it yet.
It's worth a try. Worth a try. And this new single is a bit different to your first one, yeah? Just
Completely
explain how.
different, yeah. It's a lot more laid back. A bit softer.
Yeah.
I think 'cause the first one was very aggressive. You know, as my nan would say.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive. Yeah, just a bit in your face. This one's a bit more chilled out. Shows a different side to me.
Okay. And there's just going to be number one as well. So I read that you want 12 number one singles, don't you, for a greatest hits?
Sorry?
I read the quote saying that you wanted 12 number one singles for a greatest
You're
hits.
telling me you believe everything.
Well, I know you obviously get this all the time, but
No, I've never said that.
okay.
It'd be lovely to get another number one.
Absolutely.
It'd be smashing.
2 out of 2 would be good, wouldn't it?
It is what it is. If it ain't, it ain't.
Absolutely. So this is out on October the 30th, and it's got Mike Posner on it.
Yeah, which is quite funny because I ruined his song. You know, the one on Judges' Houses.
I wouldn't say you ruined it.
Oh, I did.
It's the one that really
Ruined it.
kind of really put you up there, wasn't it, on that show? They really got you noticed on there, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun working with him, though.
Was it one of these where you actually met him, or because a lot of these are done these days where it's all done via email and stuff, but you actually...
I prefer to do it the proper way, other than let men in suits deal with everything.
Absolutely. So how did the whole collaboration come about then? Did you approach him? Did he approach you? Or just kind of a bit of both?
A bit of both, because obviously he had heard about me through the X Factor singing his song, and he actually thanked me for making his song bigger over here. You know, the way I ruined it. The people would go online and check out how it's meant to be done, and then lots of people started listening to it. So that was really good. Yeah. It's like a favour for a favour, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So where did the whole recording process take place? Did you go over there? Did he come over here?
I went to Sweden.
Oh, neutral territory then.
And then I came back here and did a few sessions with him over here.
So is there more to come with him, or is this just
Maybe.
a one-off? You never know.
Maybe.
You never know. Should we play the single and come back and talk in a minute?
Yes, please.
Do you want to introduce it?
Yeah, this is my new single out on the 30th of October. This is, I was about to say Swagger Jagger then, but it's not Swagger Jagger, it's With Your Love.
Swagger does get a mention in it though, doesn't it, in the lyrics?
Yeah,
Kind
swag,
of.
just
Yeah.
swag.
Yeah. Is that the short version of Swagger?
Yeah, swag.
All right, we'll play right now. We'll come back and talk in just a minute. It's new from Cher Lloyd. That is a brand new song from Cher Lloyd, which is out on October the 30th, called Your Love, and from the upcoming Unnamed album. Won't tell us the title of that, out on November the 7th. So does this whole thing of X Factor seem a year ago? 'Cause it's you've packed a lot into the last 12 months, haven't you,
It
really?
seems like 5 years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've done so much and I've been to loads of places. Just like, it's gone really quick, but I've just packed so much into the year.
Yeah.
It just seems so long ago.
So if you cast your mind back 12 months, did you expect to be doing what you're doing now 12 months ago?
Not at all. I thought it'd just be, you know, a bit of being on the telly and then get back to what I used to do.
But you must be pleased of how things have turned out, though.
I'm very pleased. Well, after the last show of the X Factor, I went straight into a recording studio the next morning. So I sort of wanted to do it, you know, push it myself. And that's what I did.
Excellent. Cast your mind back and pick one of those tunes that you sang on X Factor, and we'll play the original version in a minute and then come back and talk some more in a minute, if that's all right. I know there's plenty to pick from.
No Diggity.
We'll play that next on Real Radio. Cher Lloyd is with us. It's a Real Radio evening show. Obviously got to ask you about this year's X Factor.
Yes.
Have you been watching it? Because you've obviously got a kind of a bit of an insight into what goes on.
On and off. Like, I'll catch it and then, like, I'll watch a repeat on Sunday or whatever. But, yeah, I have been watching it.
It's on so many times, isn't it? You can catch it basically every day through the week.
It's so funny. I've loved watching the auditions.
Yeah, that's my favourite bit as well, I
So
think.
funny.
Although I did say this year that I wasn't going to kind of watch this middle bit now until the live shows, but then obviously
Really?
got hooked on it again at the weekend. So
Yeah.
it's a completely different show, isn't it, this year, don't you think?
Definitely. There's a lot more to watch. Like, do you know what I mean? There's a lot more backstage stuff and, you know, things that people are getting up to. Yeah.
And what do you make of the new judges? What do you think they would have made of you? 'Cause it's a completely different lineup, isn't it?
I don't know what they would have made of me. I think I would have got on really well with Talisa because obviously I've met her a few times before. But back then I didn't have any idea that she was going to be on the new panel. So it's a bit of a shock. I like Kelly as well.
Yeah, I think they're all good, actually.
Not going to lie, not too fond of Louis.
No.
No.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah. I don't think he's too fond of me though.
And what about Gary? Because he seems to be...
seems like a nice bloke.
He has the most to say, doesn't he, it seems?
Yeah.
Of all four.
Bit of a Simon, you know, figure.
Yeah.
You're always going to have one of those, though.
Absolutely.
The one that don't mess around and says no when he means no.
So you're going to be appearing on this series, do you know? Has that been mentioned?
Maybe.
They normally get most people back, don't they?
Most people, yeah.
Okay. I'll take that as maybe a yes.
Maybe.
That's something else that you won't tell us. But...
Nah, I can't tell you everything.
No, I know. We have to try. What about Cheryl, obviously, because she's not on the show. Are you still in contact with her?
No, do you know what? Everyone asks me this question. It's a question that I probably get every single day. And I'm so surprised at it. It's like, I wouldn't expect her.
But you were very close, though, on the show, weren't you, 12 months ago?
Yeah, when cameras roll.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. I don't beat around the bush. It's a TV show. You know, you've got to get your shots to get your TV show.
Sure.
And that's it. I got on with my life. I did whatever I wanted to do. And I'm sure she's done whatever she wanted to do too.
Absolutely. You were probably the person on that series last year, though, possibly of any of the series of X Factor, which people have an opinion about you. They either, you know, you're like Marmite, aren't you, basically? There's no
definitely.
in-between with you. Is that a good thing, that you do provoke such a reaction with people? There's no in-between.
Because I'd hate for someone to say, yeah, Cher's all right. Because that's not a big enough impact. I'd either love you to like me, you know, really love me, or hate me completely. It just means that I've made a big enough impact to either annoy someone so bad that they think they hate me, or for someone to love me.
You do get a lot of the negative stuff, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you got to love it, haven't you?
Because I noticed this campaign that you're involved with now, all about kind of internet bullying, basically.
It's not a campaign. It's just my views on, you know, how big it's got. You know, I can't save the planet from cyberbullying, and I'm not going to try to because it's not within my power. I can't do anything about it. I'm just stating the obvious. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing I can do. I can't knock on David's door and say, do this, that and the other. I can't do that. So I'm just going to let it be, but just make sure there's people out there that know that they can go to people to talk about it.
Sure. But you get a lot of that, though, don't you? It's this whole kind of keyboard cowards, I call them. That people just sit behind a keyboard and say stuff that they wouldn't dare say to your face if they're sitting here now.
It's so easy for someone to go online, even if they're having the most rubbish day ever, and just take it out on somebody that really doesn't need to be, you know, treated like that. It's so easy for someone to do that.
And you've got, over 500,000 people following you on Twitter, so you used to get a lot of that.
Do you know what? There's more lovers than what there are haters.
That was my next question.
There is. And I see that. Like, I try and put all the negative behind me because I think if I keep thinking about it, I'm going to make the whole world think that everybody hates me. It's a whole thing. Like, the way I just believe that the way you think is the way that other people think of you.
Excellent.
I just work like that.
Good for you. So tell us about the rest of the album. What can we expect on there, apart from obviously the two singles that people have heard so far?
So it's very different because nowadays people always think, oh, she's gonna just do the whole swag thing. She's just gonna come up with all these, you know, really bassy in your face songs. Well, the album's nothing like that. I mean, we do have Swagger Jagger, which is quite like a, you know, in your face song. But then we've got stuff that you wouldn't expect me to do. I've got a really cool ballad on there with a band called Carolina Liar, which I really like.
Okay.
And then we've got the whole reggae vibe with Busta Rhymes and dubstep, which I'm really into.
Bit of everything.
Bit of everything.
Is it all new stuff, or is there an odd little cheeky cover on there?
There's not a cover, but there's my rewritten version of, do you remember Nana Cherry? Buffalo Stones. I did like a remake of that.
Wow.
So it's not a cover. I'm not down for covers anymore. I did that on the show.
Sure. Look forward to hearing that. And what about a tour? Because obviously that would be huge, wouldn't it? You out on tour.
I'd love it. I can't wait to arrange something like that. I love performing. That's the only time when I'm properly happy. You know, like buzzing, thinking that I've actually made it when I'm on stage. That's when you can forget about absolutely everything and just do the thing you want to do.
Sure. So that's obviously the next logical step after the album is the tour. That's what normally happens.
Do you know what? I'm the type of girl, though, that I don't want to follow the same plan that everybody else does. It's like, yeah, you get these 2 singles out and then you plan a big tour. No, let my album be. Like, let people listen to it. I want to be able to see people singing my lyrics back. Like there's no reason why people should come see me when they haven't heard a big range of songs from me. So I'm just going to wait.
Excellent. We'll watch this space for that. Good luck with the album.
Thank you very much.
And good luck with the single.
Thank you.
And well done you for being different, because you are. I can definitely tell that. It's been lovely to meet you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.